Boys and girls, I am stood outside of a Belfast institution today. This behind me is John Long's Fish and Chips. Established in 1914 at the heyday of the Belfast shipbuilding industry. Could do with a boat right now, it's been raining all day. Hence the coat. I know you don't see it often, but over here, when it's about 3 degrees and it's raining, the coat comes out. Proper weather for fish and chips though. And like I say, 110 plus years of history of fish and chips for this place. Plus, there's a local speciality I'm keen to try. So let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? Come on. So I've come in and been seated, and isn't this a cool looking place inside? Got these really old style, like Formica booths to sit at, which I can just about squeeze into. Maybe I won't be able to get out after eating this. Really friendly service so far as well. I had a little bit of a laugh with the waitress. She asked me if I wanted to see a menu. And because I was only half listening, I thought she said, do I want a senior menu? Huh? I know we're a bit grey around the edges, but come on, be fair. Anyway, this is the sit-in menu. You can get takeaway too. It looks really reasonably priced. A fresh battered fish supper. Now, it doesn't say what fish it is. I will find out. That's £11. And then you've got things like your peas at £2.10, curry sauce £2.10, what, a sausage supper, steak burgers, chicken goujons, you know, all your usual kind of chippy kind of things. But the thing that I wanted to try is called a pasty. Now, those of us back in England, for us a pasty is that thing that comes from Cornwall, filled with meat and veg. Not here though. It's something different apparently. So we're going to try it and find out what it is. A Belfast Pastie. And we'll get a cup of tea or something to go with it. This is the longest established fish and chip shop in Belfast. Amazing. What a history. Huh? Wonder who's been through these doors over the last 110 years. I would like your fish supper, please. Yes. What fish is it today? Do you know?
Haddock.
Haddock. Yeah. Perfect, perfect. And can I get a pasty as well? Now that is not what I think of as a pasty, is it?
No, you're thinking the...
I'm thinking the Cornish thing, and it's not, is it? So what have we got here?
It's like potatoes and herbs and stuff. And
yeah.
It's all dipped in batter and deep fried.
All right. So similar to, there's a hull patty as well, which sounds similar to that. So
well.
Interesting. Okay. I will try one, please.
Yeah.
And can I get some peas and some curry sauce? And a tea to go with it. I need a cup of tea. It's Baltic out, isn't it?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Okay, is that you?
That is me done, yes. Thank you very much. So there we are. We're going to try a Belfast pasty. Potatoes and herbs and stuff. Battered, deep fried. Let's say, sounds a little bit like a Hull patty, which I had in Blackpool, not in Hull. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. See how it compares. I'm looking forward to this. I'm here, middle of the afternoon, and there's a good smattering of people about. Not lunchtime. It's not dinner time. But people are still coming in for their fish and chips. I like it. It's just got that old school vibe to it. So then folks, a feast has been put in front of me here. We have the fish and chips, which is haddock. I'm going to say, no, not the biggest piece of haddock in the world, but by no means a fish finger, is it? And plenty of chips on there. £11. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Of course, the proof of the pudding will be in the eating, won't it? Over here, very interesting, I think. First up, we have the pasty here. Battered. Can't wait to cut into that and find out what that's all about. They obviously decided they couldn't fit all my chips on the plate here because they put a few more on there. And the peas. Now, these are also interesting. Every time you order peas in a chippy back home or up north, you get mushy peas. I've ordered peas here and they're just marrow fat peas. Very different, very different. And we got the curry sauce here as well, which has got a skin on the top of it. And over here, a cup of tea. Here's just the cup, doesn't come with a pot or anything. The cup was just brought over. I'll put the spoon down on that little plate where I've moved the peas from. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there, a lot going on. So, little slurp of tea. Nice and hot, nice and strong as well. Whew. Proper builder's brew, that one. And we'll get some salt and vinegar going on. Now, you guys know me. We go with a little bit of salt first. Not coming out very, very quickly, but there we are. Then we go with a little bit of vinegar on the chips. And then, just in case we've washed it all off, a bit more salt. And that's all she wrote. Now, we've got no sauces here on the table, and no tartar sauce or anything I noticed on the menu anyway, so we're going for it au naturel. The chips look good. They've got a good colour to them. I'm not going to say they're uniform, that's not true. But they are, I mean, they've been put through a chipper, I guess, to get a uniform width, at least. Oh, that's hot. I've got in far too quick for that. Nice crisp to the outside of it. I want to cut inside one of them. That first one I had just felt a little dry inside. Have a little look at this. Can you see? It's not quite as light and fluffy as you'd hope. Yeah, that's going to need some help from the curry sauce, I think. A little bit of a shame that. In fact, we'll go in and do that right now before we even hit the fish. See how that improves things. It certainly does. It moistens everything up. We take one of these chips over here that I haven't put any vinegar or anything on, so we can get a better understanding of the flavour of that curry. From that first chip, it had a nice kick to it, a real sort of depth of flavour. Yeah, it's not like your Chinese curry sauce or anything like that. It was that slightly darker, what back home gets called Irish curry sauce. Probably here just gets called curry sauce, right? I do like that sauce. That's a very, very nice curry sauce. And dipping the chip in there is masking that dryness. I do have to wonder if these, I know they're really, really hot, but have they been cooked before and just put back into the fryer? That would be my concern with that. But like I say, dipping it in there certainly improves things. I'm going to move on to the fish. I'll cut it straight down the middle and take a look inside. Now, is this going to be skin on or skin off? Skin off by the looks of it. And if I hold that up for you there, you can have a little look inside. Really nice white flesh to it. A reasonably thick looking piece. I'll cut a bit off of there. Oh, I've got chips going everywhere. Good job I've got that second plate, isn't it? Here we go. And the batter around the edges is very crispy. On the top, a bit less so. Does have a good flavour though. You can see that honed up against the colour of my jumper. Just how white that flesh looks. That is a nice piece of fish. Like I say, the only thing I think slightly letting it down is the batter there. It could be crispier all round. If we take a look at the bottom, I mean, I know you're going to find this in most places, I guess, but that butter on the bottom is actually quite greasy. But I do like the flavour of it. I do. Yeah, interesting. Let's put this to one side a second, though, because I want to come in for this. In fact, we'll move the teaspoon off the plate. Just struggling for space a little bit. And we got the peas I've got to try. I'm going to try the peas now. Oh, do you know what? They're going on the plate, aren't they? They're going on the plate because they're going to escape everywhere otherwise. There we go. Just tinned marrow fat peas. Unless they're soaking them here themselves. I don't mind them. It's got that sort of familiar earthy flavour that you would get with a regular mushy pea. It's just missing that bit that binds it all together. You know, I mean, I really like proper mushy peas that have some texture to it. You don't want it like a pea puree, do you? You want it kind of chunky. And whilst I don't mind this, I would prefer it had they been mashed up a little bit. Just to give it that texture that is a bit more familiar. We need to move on to this pasty. And again, I think the best thing to do is just to cut it straight down the middle and we'll have a little look inside, see what it's all about. There you go, you get to see it before me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below what you reckon about that. Oh, it's kind of pink. I wonder why that is. I think there's only potatoes and herb and stuff in there. What on earth could be making it pink? I guess it's food colouring or something. Well, I don't detect anything in there that's pink, if you know what I mean. No prawn in there, no salmon, anything like that. Mashed potato, a little bit of spice. I can definitely pick some pepper up in there. And wrapped in this batter and deep fried. Now, it's just £3.20. And if you remember, when I went to the Kingfisher Chippy with Danny not so long ago, we had the potato scallops, which are a very similar idea, except this is mashed up, a little bit of herb in there. They were considerably cheaper, although I suppose I haven't had to go to the effort of making the mash. I like it, but I'm not quite sure how it would work with chips, because you get it as like a pasty supper. And I mean, it's just potato with more potato, really, isn't it? I guess if you were just to get one of these, like as a snack or something, stick it in a bread roll, maybe with some peas, maybe with some curry or something like that. Even a bit of gravy, Danny, if you're watching. Then that could be a good little treat, couldn't it? As it is, it's interesting, but it's not blowing my mind. So folks, I've actually wandered back to my hotel room to do the summing up on this video. When I came out of John Long's, there was a load of construction noise, pneumatic drills and whatever, so I started to walk back in the general direction of the hotel, looking for somewhere to stop and plonk the camera down. But it's school chucking out time and there's school kids everywhere, so I thought, well, I might as well just wander back and do it in the peace and quiet here. So, John Long's Fish and Chips here in Belfast. I came away feeling a little bit meh, to be honest. Some good, some not so good, I think. I enjoyed the piece of fish, but I didn't think the batter was particularly good. The chips were a bit dry, and like I said, I may be wrong, it's my opinion, but I think that was not the first time they were cooked. They were very, very dry inside, so I think they'd probably been cooked earlier on and then just reheated. All right, some people would call that triple cooked chips or something like that, but these weren't them. These weren't them, that's for sure. The curry sauce, absolute highlight. Really, really good. Great flavour. Nice little punch in there and a real depth, you know. The peas, I mean, marrow fat peas, a real throwback to the 1970s, that, isn't it? Mushy peas would have been a lot better. A lot better. The patty, the Belfast patty, nothing unpleasant about it, but just nothing that kind of made it stand out. I don't think it was good as the potato scallops I had with Danny the other day, because they were fried in beef dripping and that's where the flavour was there. I don't think it was good as a whole patty, because it had that kind of stuffy kind of flavour. Yeah, it just kind of tasted like battered mash. It's okay, but I wouldn't be in a rush to have one again, that's for sure. Cup of tea, very nice. But it's a cup of tea, isn't it? So what are you going to do? What did I pay in total? £21.10 in total. So it was £11 for the fish and chips. I think £3.60 for the pasty thing. I think I called it a patty a minute ago. It's not a patty, it's a pasty. £2.10 for the curry, £2.10 for the peas, £2.30 I think for a cup of tea. So, you know, I think it's about right. I don't think there's anything outrageous price-wise there. But it just wasn't as good as a lot of fish and chips I've had before. particularly the times I head to the north of England, but even some in the south of England, to be honest with you. Had some much better ones around Weymouth and places like that. What am I going to score it? Oh, what I will say, actually, before I score it, the service in there was excellent. Really well looked after, really polite. Had a bit of a laugh with my waitress. Yeah, no issues there at all. And that's probably going to help a little bit with the score. But still, I mean, it's only really things to be excited about. The curry sauce. And beyond that, everything else I've had better elsewhere. So, taking that service into account, 5.5 out of 10, 6 at a push. I think that's fair. I know it's not expensive, £21.10, but it's fish and chips. It shouldn't be expensive, should it? Yeah. Does it get Greeno's green light? No. Not really. I wouldn't recommend people to go there, to be honest with you. It may well be that they've had a bad day at the office. May well be I've just caught them at a bad time. Got a mid-afternoon. They fry a load of stuff fresh for the starter service. And a bit later on in the day when people start coming in for their dinner. Perhaps. I don't know. You'd have to try it out yourself to find that out. But for me, yeah, I think it's more of an amber light. I wouldn't say don't go there. Absolutely not saying that. You know, it's okay for what it is and it's not expensive. So, you know, he pays your money, you take your choice. We've all got our own preferences, haven't we, when it comes to fish and chips? Anyway, all that being said, if you've enjoyed this video, looking at John Long's fish and chips here in Belfast, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me. And if you've enjoyed this video, take a little look through the vault. There's a bunch of fish and chip videos, of course, plus a load of other stuff. And we're pushing up towards 400 videos, I think, now on the channel. So there's bound to be something else in there that suits you. Oh, and don't forget, click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and always will be. And that way you can set yourself notifications, or at least it'll pop up on your timeline when new videos are released. Right, where am I off to now? Well, there's a bed over there. I might have a little lie down. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now, folks.